Hi everyone, and welcome to Friendsgiving day number 4. And this is a biggie, so I'm glad you stuck with me. If you're new to this, we're doing Friendsgiving for the whole week leading up to Thanksgiving. Every day I'm giving away something for free to the subscribers of this channel. If you're not already subscribed, then hit the subscribe button right now and you'll be ready to hear all about today's freebie. And also please make sure you share, because I love to make sure everybody gets a chance to get these freebies. This is just for the week of Thanksgiving, and when Thanksgiving comes, then all of the products will go back to their paid prices, to the regular prices. So you'll want to make sure you're downloading this week for sure and sharing with friends. They must be a subscriber, so please, please, please hit that bell so I can continue to grow my channel and produce more things for homeschool families. All right, so today's freebie is lots of freebies, 6 freebies, and they are all book studies. So one of the things that we loved to do as a homeschooling family, was we loved to do read alouds, or homeschooling families often also like to read chapter books. So I have 6 products that I'm going to give you today for free, and all of them are related to some books. So let's take a look at our first one. The first one is this Charlotte's Web Literature Guide. And the only caveat about this is you definitely have to buy the book, Charlotte's Web, but most of these books you probably already have. This particular resource is 237 pages, and it's just one of 6 that you're going to get today. This includes lesson plans, something for you to do every day with this book. So this would be a great homeschool addition to your day. Week 6, week 7, week 8, it goes on and on and on and on. You don't have to drag it out this far, but if you read a chapter a day, then you can. And there's a vocabulary section with a little graphic organizer. Vocabulary words are given here for you. This could be your whole reading curriculum for a while. For all the weeks. Then there's activities, and this is my favorite part. So every week there's something special for you to do, like to sew this simple stuffed felt pig, or to make some chocolate pudding. We called it chocolate pudding mud pie, because this was the day that Wilbur got muddy. We did catch the pig balloons outside, rolling in the grass, bouncing around, and we were catching them. It was fun. Homemade magnetic schedule board, and on and on and on. And there's something for every single week, something special for you to do that just makes this book so much fun. Week 16, you're making buttermilk biscuits. Week 17, you're building a tent inside, and it all relates to the story. Homemade jam, a piggy bank. All right, winter scarf. And then there are also tests at the back, so you could give your older students a test to see if they were reading or listening as you read, and actually seeing if they learned all the vocabulary words and all of that. So good comprehension questions. I'm just scrolling fast so we can move on. And there's the answer guide for all the tests. All right, that's a lot of pages, so this is just one of the freebies. So the next one is another book, and it's going to be Priscilla Shire's Prince Warriors book. And it's a great book. And here is the lap book. You can see a picture of the one we made. And again, there's the cover that you put on the front of your lap book. And here is something, a little graphic for every chapter that you glue inside the lap book with questions. There's the answers. This is all pertaining to that book. And it goes on and on and on. I'll just scroll quickly. One for every chapter. Chapter 22, 23, and I think that was it. So that's a really fun lap book for Priscilla Shire's The Prince Warrior book. Let's look at the next resource. Next, you'll get one of my personal favorites, the Christian Heroes Then and Now books. This one is on George Mueller, and again, it's a lap book. So here is the cover. There's George Mueller. and some of the orphans. And there, again, is a little graphic for every chapter that you glue into the lap book. Questions, answers are given for you at the bottom. If you have not tried lap books, then you definitely are missing out. So you definitely want to learn how to do those, and they really enhance your homeschool a lot. All right, on to the next product. All right, the next product is The Long Winter, the Little House on the Prairie book, The Long Winter. This is a whole unit study. I've given this away for free before on my blog, but here it is again for this week, free. It talks about who Laura Ingalls Wilder is or was, and then it just goes on to, there's some graphics that you can use, fun facts, and here's the lap book that you can put together. One graphic for each chapter for all the chapters in this book. Questions and answers. And there you have it. That's the next one. So on to our next free resource. Our next freebie for today is, and I hesitated to include this, but it's the American Girl Meet Felicity unit study with lap book. And I have one other resource with American Girl doll books. Now, the reason that I hesitated was because, and by the way, this is a picture of what the lap book, and like an example of what the lap book could look like once you get all your graphics glued in. But the reason that I hesitated is because the American Girl doll books and company, I guess, has gone woke, so to speak, in recent years. And I don't know why I chuckle, because that is so not funny at all. It's sad. And this was made years and years before. So back in the day, it was a good series. It was a good company and a good book, because it was all about patriotism and the early founding of our country and what life was like in those early years. And so you may still, if you have older sisters, you may still have, if your child has, your younger ones have older sisters, they may still have those books. And I do recommend the old books. I would not recommend the current books. So let me just say that. And then let me also say, one reason that I am going to continue and include this is because not only is there just a lot of history in here, but also I made this from a biblical perspective. All right, so for example, can you think of a time when Felicity didn't obey her parents? What do you think she could have done differently? Do you think she did the right thing in the end? What do you think could have happened if Felicity had remembered to pray about Penny? Do you think God could have softened Mr. Jiggy Nye's heart and maybe even let him come visit Penny? So I wrote this from a Christian biblical worldview. So even in the story, when there are times when Felicity maybe did something questionable, we thought about it and we said, was this the right thing? Could she have made a better choice? So the last resource today is Felicity Learns a Lesson. And again, it's another lap book, and there's the cover. And you can see that there is a graphic for each of the chapters. Okay, and I wanted to point this out and just to kind of tell you why the early books were not so bad, and I think they would be okay and appropriate still, because Nan in the story, you can see it right here, in this chapter 1, Nan was learning from a horn book, which we know is the early textbooks, and she was learning the Lord's Prayer. And so that's awesome that those books included that, because that is a part of our history. We're a nation founded under God. And so I think that these books could still be very beneficial, and I hope that this lap book will be as well. So recipes, and there you go. That was the last one. So 6 literary resources for your books. You can find all 6 of them at the link below, and they will all be free just for 1 week, 7 days from now. Well, actually less than 7 because this is day 4. So from now until Thanksgiving, I'm giving something away for 7 days, the week of Thanksgiving. I hope that you'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you again for another freebie. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe and share. See you tomorrow.